Imagine a turf war so intense, so slippery, and so unexpectedly adorable you'd think Pixar was secretly directing it. But this isn't an animated comedy. This is teeth, claws, sticks, and strategy. On one side, otters, the chaotic water gremlins with the energy of a toddler on a sugar rush and the tactical awareness of a Navy SEAL. On the other, beavers, the chill, burly engineers of the animal kingdom, casually reshaping rivers like they're playing Sim City with cheat codes. Welcome to the Waterway Turf War, where stealth collides with structure and cute suddenly looks a lot like combat. First, let's zoom in on the otter. These slippery little maniacs are basically cats that decided water was more fun than land. River otters can blast through streams at 7 miles per hour, twisting and flipping like Olympic gymnasts who accidentally signed up for synchronized swimming. They're liquid lightning, sleek bodies, long tails that act like rudders, and reflexes sharp enough to make fish regret evolving fins. And otters aren't just cute faces. They use tools. Yes, tools. Picture one floating on its back, cracking open a shellfish with a rock on its belly like it's enjoying a floating hibachi dinner. The wild part? They stash their favorite rocks in their armpits. Nature's pocket, nature's Home Depot. But here's where it gets sneaky. Otters are pack hunters. They're not just splashing for fun, they're plotting. They team up to chase fish, pester crabs, and even take on baby alligators. It's like a gang of furry torpedoes pulling off a coordinated heist. Now let's swing to the other corner of the river where the beaver makes its entrance. If the otter is chaos, the beaver is controlled, calm, focused, and built like a medieval tank in a fur coat. These stout powerhouses can tip the scales at 70 pounds, which is basically the same as a fourth grader who just happens to chew trees for fun. Their teeth never stop growing. Coated in iron, those bright orange incisors can chisel through hardwood like it's celery. Imagine a chainsaw that never runs out of fuel, except it's alive and waddling around. But beavers don't just survive, they build empires. Dams, lodges, canals, full wetland kingdoms constructed with sticks, mud, and determination. They're civil engineers in fur jackets. One dam in Canada was so massive it could be seen from space. From space. Otters might own the spotlight, but beavers own the real estate. Otters play in the river. Beavers decide where the river goes. So what happens if these two clash? If it's an open water brawl, otters have the edge. They're fast, agile, and fight like caffeinated ninjas with zero impulse control. They dart around a beaver like buzzing, toothy mosquitoes, nipping, clawing, and vanishing before the beaver can react. But on land, or in terms of turf control, the beaver's strategy crushes chaos. You can splash all you want, but it means nothing if your playground is underwater because a beaver decided to flood the valley. Now let's stack their physical stats side by side. Otters are long, lean, and flexible. Underwater missiles built for quick maneuvers. Beavers are short, stocky, and strong. Bulldozers disguised as rodents. It's gymnast versus powerlifter. Otters swim at 7 miles per hour, darting through rapids like furry missiles late for a meeting. Beavers are slower but steady, using their broad tails like paddles to power through the water. It's Ferrari versus freight truck. Both impressive, just different lanes. Now, let's talk about lungs. Otters can hold their breath for 8 minutes, sometimes stretching it to 10 if they're feeling extra dramatic. They slow their heart rates and dive deep like tiny Zen submarines. But beavers outdo them, staying underwater for up to 15 minutes. How? by rerouting blood away from non-essential muscles, going into a meditative, slow-burn survival mode. It's less James Bond stunt, more Shaolin monk training. Let's not forget weaponry. Otters have 36 sharp teeth designed for crushing shells, slicing fish, and crunching through crabs like nature's sushi chefs. Beavers don't need numbers. Their 4 incisors are enough. Each bite can hit 180 pounds of pressure, the kind of force that makes trees tremble before they even fall. So yes, otters bring speed and chaos, but beavers bring raw, immovable power. Fur game? Otters win for flash. They've got the densest fur of any mammal, up to 1,000,000 hairs per square inch. It's a shag carpet that doubles as waterproof armor. Beavers, on the other hand, go practical. Thick, oily fur keeps them dry and toasty, even in icy water. Less fashion statement, more lumberjack jacket. And let's talk about lifestyle. Otters wrestle, tumble, and slide just for the fun of it. Every playful move doubles as training. Agility, reflexes, and teamwork. Beavers don't play. They work, they build canals, they pile logs, they sculpt entire ecosystems like they've got blueprints hidden in their brains. It's discipline versus chaos. The largest beaver dam on record stretches nearly half a mile long. That's not just a structure, it's a throne. And you know what otters would do with it? Turn it into a water park, cannonballing off the roof, cracking oysters mid-air, and sliding down dam walls like it's spring break in the wetlands. Because to an otter, even the battlefield is a playground. So who wins the war? If the measure is combat, otters blitz their opponents with speed and fury. They dance circles around a beaver, biting and scratching with mischievous glee. But if the measure is long-term dominance, beavers take it. They change landscapes, flood valleys, and turn rivers into fortresses. This isn't just a rivalry. It's ideology versus ideology. Otters are chaos in sleek coats. Beavers are order in buck-toothed armor. One is mischief, the other's management. In the end, otters win the fight. Beavers win the war. So next time you're by a calm pond or a perfectly flowing stream, remember, that might not be nature's design. It might be a beaver's construction project. And if you spot a splash nearby with a crab claw cracking like popcorn in the background, that's an otter grinning, scheming, and waiting for round 2.